Hello, this is the video portion for the Week 3, Unit 2, Social Determinants in Data and Picture Discussion for CHL 244. And for the row of people that I picked, it included a family from the Philippines, Bangladesh, Bulgaria, and China. The family from the Philippines was bringing in $89 a month, and from the photo I could see a family of 6 in front of a small house that appears to be very cluttered and has lots of 5-gallon buckets. The Bangladesh picture, they brought in $175 a month, and from the photo I could see a family of 3 standing in a hallway with all the walls made out of metal. From Bulgaria, the family brought in $654 a month, and from the photo I could see a family of 6 sitting on a bed next to a stove, and there appears to be 3 different types of wallpaper on the walls and different photos of religious figures plastered on the walls as well. And the family from China brought in $2,766 a month, and from the photo I could see a mother and her son standing in a hallway of what appears to be an apartment complex. And for the 2 families I chose to more go in depth over were the Philippines and China. In the Philippines, the life expectancy is 71.5 years for females and then 67.2 years for males. The maternal mortality rate was 121 deaths per 100,000 live births. Then the expected years of schooling was 13.3. The gross national income per capita was 8,920, and adolescent birth rate was 48.2 births per 1,000 women. In China, the life expectancy rate was 81.2 years for females and 75.5 years for males. The maternal mortality rate was 225.4 deaths per 100,000 births, and the expected years of schooling is 14.2 years. The gross national income per capita was 17,504, and the adolescent birth rate was 42.5 births per 1,000 women. Across all 4 families that I chose, they all seem to be wearing casual clothes for their culture. All of the families that I chose were in multi-generational households with grandparents living with parents and children, or just parents living with their adult children. And I didn't get a good view into the households except for the Philippines and the Bulgaria house. The Philippine house seemed to be more cluttered with more trash, while Bulgaria house seemed to be better organized with less stuff in it, from what I could see in the pictures. The thing that stood out to me between China and the Philippines was the child mortality rate. The Philippines had a much lower child mortality rate at 121 compared to 225 deaths per 100 women, and with China having a gross national income much higher than the Philippines, you would think that they would have the lower child mortality rate. And China has a higher life expectancy of 81.2 years for females and 75.5 years for males. Then the Philippines has a life expectancy rate of 71.5 years for females and 67.2 for males. I think some things that contribute to the difference in life expectancies are climates and shelters, because the Philippines house seemed to be less stable than the apartment complex that the Chinese family was living in, and so that may affect it, and especially in extreme conditions it could lead to deteriorating health. And also another thing that might affect this is access to food, the quantity of food and the quality of food. If you are left to grow most of your own food on your property, it may be hard for you especially during a drought, to get the amount of food that you need. And also access to healthcare could be a problem, because if you rely on healthcare to be within a walking distance, if you don't have a car, it may be very hard to get to the doctor when you are sick if you don't have a car and the doctor is far away, so you may just push it off. But that is the end of my discussion post.